A wild day of emotions that ends with a Dodger win. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Friday. The weekend is here on Dodgers Latest. Love that you're part of the community, getting all sorts of comments on this week's shows. Please continue to write us. We're going to write back. We'll talk about it on the show. We'll hit you up. You can hit me up on X and on Instagram right there at JRod Show. And, of course, give thumbs up here to our page and each individual episode and continue to grow the community as we are heading into the home stretch. The Dodgers steamrolling toward the playoffs after kind of losing a tire and clunking a little bit. It seems like the Dodgers are back on track. Beat the Giants last night 2-1 in a very strange win. Yoshinobu Yamamoto once again can sue for lack of support. Dodgers won 2-1, but check that out. 14 strikeouts by Dodger pitchers, 10 walks, and 1 hit. 1 hit, that's all we got. The famous Bob Uecker line from Major League. But the Dodgers win 2-1. San Diego also lost, so the Dodgers now 3 up in the National League West. And we'll update you on the magic numbers. And ideally tonight, the Dodgers could clinch a spot in the postseason. And isn't it ironic? Because Clayton Kershaw will be on the mound tonight. And as we now find out, it'll be Clayton Kershaw's last regular season start at Dodger Stadium. Yeah, Clayton Kershaw announcing that after the 2025 season, he is going to retire. We kind of expected it, we thought about it, but and the thing about Clayton, what a season he's having. He's got a 10-win season. He's got a great ERA. Was pitcher of the month in August. Was 5-0 with a ERA of 1.88. But after 18 years in the big leagues, Clayton Kershaw is going to retire. And again, if there is no slam dunk first ballot Hall of Famer, number 22 will be retired at Dodger Stadium. I'm sure 5 years from now, I read that the 2031 Hall of Fame class already has their first member, and it'll be Clayton Kershaw, the kid from Dallas who came up as the Dodgers' top pick and just absolutely dominate. I can't believe it's been 18 years already. And let's talk about what the man has done. 222 wins in an era where no one's going to win 300 games anymore. 3-time Cy Young Award winner. Won the MVP in addition to the Cy Young. Was so dominant out there. Has a career ERA of 2.54. That is the lowest in the history of baseball in the live ball era. I mean, we're talking some of the greats. Nobody has a lower career ERA in the game in the live ball era than Clayton Kershaw at 2.54. Obviously, 2-time World Series champion. He's got a no-hitter. And the one stat, the one number that jumped out at me from Clayton Kershaw, which is phenomenal, which, it makes sense with him. Clayton Kershaw had more starts where he pitched a scoreless start. In other words, he didn't give up any runs during that start. He had more of those than losses. 222 wins, 96 losses, and had more starts where he didn't give up a run than he did losses, which is staggering. And again, he will be on the mound tonight at Dodger Stadium with a chance to pitch the Dodgers into the postseason. That's right. We'll get into those magic numbers in a little bit. But an absolutely glorious career. Of course, the one thing he'll be remembered, obviously, is for his postseason struggles. He was 13-13 with an ERA almost 5. But the 2020 postseason was vintage Kershaw's 4-1. ERA under 3. And I think I remember, for about many failures as they were in the postseason for Clayton, I remember the 11 strikeout game in Game 1 of the 2017 World Series against the Astros. And for me, one of the big clutch games that they don't talk about it a lot because the Dodgers lost the series was Game 4 of the 2015 NL Division Series at the Mets. Dodgers down 2-1. Kershaw win into New York. Pitched the Dodgers, got the win, forced a Game 5, which they eventually lost at Dodger Stadium. But again, Kershaw going into the belly of the beast into New York and beating the Mets with another outstanding game in Game 4 of the 2015 NLDS. would love to hear your Clayton Kershaw memories, his great moments. I remember it was an opening day at Dodger Stadium where not only did he shut out the team, he hit a home run, and that was the only run. He beat the team 1-0. I want to say it was the Giants, which is classic, of course. So Clayton Kershaw did it all, literally and figuratively, and I think it was fitting when he said the best thing he's ever done is become a dad. Obviously, he's super religious. He's got a great family, and we wish the Kershaws all the best in retirement. I don't know if he's going to stay in baseball, if he'll just make appearances at spring training, be kind of a roaming instructor a la Sandy Koufax. But the game is better because of Clayton Kershaw's involvement in it. So I hope he sticks around in some capacity with the Dodgers, although I think he's ready to go home and just be a dad for his kids right now. And there's no better goal in life than that, I think, personally, being a dad myself. But for Clayton Kershaw, on the mound tonight against Robbie Ray, another Cy Young Award winner. And again, I think the hardest thing for Kersh is going to be just dealing with the emotions. I'm sure all the times he's been out at Dodger Stadium over his career, from his first strikeout of Skip Schumacher, who was with the Cardinals at the time, to getting his 3,000th strikeout against the White Sox at Dodger Stadium, pitching the no-hitter at Dodger Stadium. It was a magnificent career, and I can't believe 18 years have come and gone. And it's not over yet, because the Dodgers have an opportunity to put things away tonight and get into the playoffs, and we'll see what Clayton can do if he is on the postseason roster early on. I think he'll be in if the Dodgers get it to a 7-game series, League Championship Series and World Series. But congratulations to Kershaw, the future Hall of Famer. And as far as I'm concerned, with all due respect to Sandy Koufax, and I think Sandy, unfortunately, his career was cut short because of injury. I think Clayton Kershaw is the greatest Dodger pitcher ever. I'm biased because I got to see, most of his starts during that 18-year career, either, in person, or just like you guys on TV. But the numbers, the staggering effect, 222 wins, in an era where nobody wins those kind of games anymore. Nobody even gets to 200, and he did it, and he's got a chance to put a bow on it tonight. He won't lose 100 games in his career, and just an absolute beast and competitor on the mound. Congratulations to him, and let's put this away tonight and get the Dodgers into the postseason and have Kershaw be the winning pitcher. That would be a classic cherry on top. Now, 1 year ago today, I think it's the greatest individual performance in baseball history. I know it's a lot to take in, but I think what Shohei Ohtani did 1 year ago today in Miami, not only did he become 50-50, which had never been done before, not only did he get the Dodgers in the postseason because they clinched that day, look at these numbers. He was 6 for 6, 3 home runs, 10 runs batted in, 2 stolen bases, had 5 extra base hits. So think about it. 10 RBIs, 6 hits, 5 extra base hits, 3 homers, 2 stolen bases. Never been done in the history of baseball. And it was the same day he got himself into the 50-50 club. He'd already had the 50 stolen bases coming into the game. Ends up hitting 3 home runs to get him over the top and get the 50 home runs. And the Dodgers end up making the playoffs that day. I think it's the greatest individual performance in the history of baseball. You could talk about 4 homer games. For some reason, the Ryan Sandberg game comes to my mind against Bruce Sutter and the Cardinals. All due respect to everything, the single most greatest, whatever hyperbole, words, adjectives, adverb, whatever you want to put on it, happened a year ago today, when Shohei Ohtani went 6 for 6, joined the 50-50 club, hit 3 homers, 10 runs batted in, 5 extra base hits, 2 stolen bases, and got the Dodgers into the playoffs. I mean, everything happened that day. The only thing he didn't do was kiss babies, and get elected to office. But Shohei Ohtani, and again, hasn't missed a beat, already has 51 home runs this year, leads the majors, 138 runs, and is on his way, I think, to his 3rd straight most valuable player award, and it'll be his 4th overall. And in 2 years with the Dodgers, he will be already a multiple MVP winner for the Dodgers. But yeah, that was a year ago today, September 19th, 2024. It was in Miami over at Lone Depot Park. It was a Thursday. It was an afternoon game. and he did it, man. And of course, he made the person that caught that 50 home run ball a lot of money. It's hanging in a museum somewhere, and they paid a lot of money for that. So Shohei giving back to the community, literally and figuratively. All right, so we talked about magic numbers. Yeah, Dodgers' magic number is 1. That is to make the playoffs. They beat the Giants tonight. Clayton Kershaw on the mound. Dodgers are in the playoffs at the very least as a wild card. They could also get in with a loss if Arizona loses to Philly and Cincinnati loses to the Cubs. So Arizona and Cincy both lose. Doesn't matter what the Dodgers do tonight. If either of them win, all the Dodgers have to do is win tonight. Dodgers need to win one more game the rest of the season, and they are in the playoffs. 9 games left. And we talked about earlier how the Dodgers had won and the Padres had lost in New York. Well, the Dodgers are now up 3 in the West, and the magic number to win the National League West is 6. So any combinations of Dodger wins and or Padre losses that equal 6 give the Dodgers the National League West crown. Now, the Padres are in Chicago taking on the White Sox, and the Dodgers will continue their series with the Giants. So in theory, if the Dodgers should sweep the Giants and the White Sox should sweep the Padres, well, the Dodgers would be National League champions by Sunday. Now, National League West champions by Sunday. Hoping the Dodgers will be in the playoffs before Sunday. They'll take Monday off and then start the last road trip of the year. 3 in Arizona, who, by the way, are 2 games out of the last wild card spot. That's going to be interesting when the Dodgers get to Phoenix, and then the Dodgers will end the year in Seattle, and a huge weekend series between the Mariners and the Astros as they are tied for the American League West title. And, of course, will those games mean something when the Dodgers get to Seattle to close the regular season? We talked about it yesterday. Wild Card Series begins Tuesday, September 30th. Division Series begins Saturday, October the 4th. So it's going to be a lot of memories tonight. Hope you'll take part of it. I hope you'll enjoy it. Hit me up on X or on Instagram at JRodShow. Would love to hear what your Clayton Kershaw memories are. Hit us up here on the comments as well on our YouTube page at Dodgers Latest. Again, the no-hitter, the opening day shutout and home run to win the game. 11 strikeouts in Game 1 against the Astros. The guts to pitch the Dodgers to a deciding Game 5, winning Game 4 of the NLDS. So many memories for Clayton Kershaw. Thank you, kid. Thank you for everything, and hopefully it's not done yet. It's the regular season finale for him at Dodger Stadium tonight. Maybe we'll see him on the mound again in another World Series wearing his Dodger uniform. All right, enjoy the weekend. Dodgers get some runs today. Robbie Ray and Kershaw tonight. Dodgers will have Tyler Glasnow on the mound Saturday. Emmett Sheehan will close out the regular season at Dodger Stadium on Sunday before they hit the road to Phoenix and Seattle. I'm Jim Rodriguez. Clayton Kershaw Day, literally and figuratively. And remember, it's always time for Dodger baseball.